All rise.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. Madam Chair, Commissioners, Lead Counsel, viewers and listeners, members of the press, good morning and welcome back to our daily proceedings of this Commission of Inquiry into Local Government Councils and related matters. Without further ado, I have the honor to yield the floor to Madam Chair for our next item on our today's agenda. Madam Chair, over to you.
Auzubillahi minash-shaytanir rajim. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. I will call on Honorable Silla to lead us in Muslim prayers and Honorable Joyner to lead us in Christian prayers. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألم نشرح لك صدرك ووضعنا عنك وزرك الذي أنهض ظهرك ورفعنا لك ذكرك فإن الزجرى فإذا فلت فانصب وإلى ربك فارغب بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا أنزلناه في ليلة القدر وما أدراك ما ليلة القدر ليلة القدر خير من ألف شهر تنزل الملائكة والروح فيها باسم ربهم من كل أمر سلام هي حتى مطلع الفجر سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين آمين.
In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Holy Father, our faithful shepherd, we thank you for the beauty of the earth. We appreciate you for the fresh breath we breathe each day. We put our trust in you today, walking in your strength with faith and hope. We commit our ways to you, Lord, our walks to you, Lord. Our works are always in your hands. We continue to rest on your unchanging word, knowing that with you by our side, all will be well, today and forevermore. Amen.
Good morning, Mr. Witness. You may kindly take your seat. Mr. Witness, for continuation of your testimony before this Commission of Inquiry into Local Government Councils and related matters, may I remind you that you are still under oath before I hand you over to Madam Chair for us to proceed.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Madam Chair, I hand over the witness to you.
Good morning, Mr. Sonko.
Good morning, Ma.
You're welcome back.
Okay.
Council, can you proceed, please?
Good morning, Honorable Commissioner. Good morning, Chairperson. Mr. Sonko, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
So yesterday we were discussing the findings of the internal audit. Good morning, Mr. Sonko. Are we together?
Yes.
You had presented your cash book and it was admitted yesterday.
Yes.
Now, you were confronted with the findings of the internal audit report 2020 with respect to monies that you have collected, but then they could not be found in the cash book. We had said the amount, as per the report, is $224,000. You have said it is $212,000. Is that not the case?
Yes.
We had done some sampling, and it is clear that most of this money collected could not be traced in the bank statements. Is that true? Not correct? Yesterday.
Yes.
Now, can you explain to the Commission as to why these monies collected could not be found in the bank statements of the area council, bank accounts of the area council?
Okay, these monies, most of them are been given to the finance director.
Okay, please go further.
Yes, I said these monies, I normally, when he call me to bring money, I just go and take the money to him.
Which finance director is that? Is that
Alaji Jeng.
Alaji Jeng?
Yes.
You are saying sometimes he will call you.
Yes.
To bring monies to him.
Yes.
And then who will issue you with the receipt?
The cashier, the principal cashier, Lamin Kante.
Will issue with the receipt?
Yes.
And that is why we cannot find this money in the bank account?
That is why, yes.
Now, why was it difficult to say this yesterday?
You know, I was thinking that, you know, they have already, you know, put it in the system.
Okay.
Because if a collector take monies for you, you should just put it in the accounts to make sure that, you know, the collector will be free.
Okay. So in your mind, when you pay these monies to them, then you will want to assume that they will now deposit the monies to the bank.
Yeah, no, you know, they call you directly. You come sometimes, they call you directly. You give it to them. They give you the principal receipt. Then you go.
And that explains why there would not be any accompanying bank slip.
Yes.
For the ones that, there are no bank slips attached.
Yes.
And any questions for this witness regarding that? The witness already explained that. Yes.
Mr. Sonko, you were asked to bring your 2021 cash book. Did you bring it?
Yes. It's with me.
All right. Yes, sir.
Together with the receipt and the bank details.
We apply to tender the cash book of the witness, Alieu Sonko, for the year 2021 into evidence as an exhibit.
Mr. Sonko, there are so many of this of the pages of the cash book being turned off. Why?
Turn off?
Yes.
Yeah, no, because of, the book is long time with me.
No, Mr. Sonko, that cannot be true because these books are hard,
No, sometimes
the way you could even see that some of these pages are turned off.
No. The cash book is always.
Mr. Sonko, look at the cash book and tell me. All of these pages were turned off. Why?
No. Maybe it is the way I normally tied it on my motorbike.
No, but check and confirm for me whether those pages were not turned off.
No. This is not included there. When you look at it,
Mr. Sonko, those pages there, are they turned off or are they not turned off? Are there pages that have been ripped off from that cash book? That is what I want you to tell me.
Yes, because I was using.
Were there pages ripped off in that cash book? Is it yes? Is your answer yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Because
so
it is not part of the 2021.
It's not part of the 2021.
No, it is not
it's
part
of which year?
No, I was using some of this page to write something.
Some things that.
Yes.
But why would you use your cash book to have entries that have nothing to do with the revenue that you are collecting? Because this cash book is supposed to be specifically for revenue collection. Is that not correct?
Yes, that is correct.
So why do you have to write some other stuff in the cash book which you know is going to be subject to audit, both internal audit and external audit? Why should you write something there?
Sorry, ma, at that time I was using my own private. Sometimes I cut papers here and
I understand, but were you supposed to have done that?
Sorry.
Now, so the other pages where you had entries, those ones are also ripped off. Why?
No, they are not ripped off because I normally tied it on my motorbike. So that's why the elastic make it to ripped off like this.
No, the pages that are not, the pages that are off, those are the ones I'm talking about.
This one?
Yes.
It is in the middle here.
But why are they all out of why are they all ripped off?
No, they are tally. If you look at it properly, they are all tally. It is just ripped off only. But they are all tally.
You said because you put it in your motorbike.
I normally tied it at the back of my motorbike.
So what does that have? This casket is normally put in your bag, right?
Yes, I tied it.
So what does the motorbike have to do with the papers falling off from the cash book?
No, when
this cash book is not an old one.
No, when you put it inside your bag, you tied it.
Looking at how well kept it is, it
yes.
is not an old one. It's not a tattered cash book. Is that not so?
Yes.
So why should you, rip off all the pages and some of the pages that you have had entry on, you understand, are all also ripped off.
No. This thing is only this one only.
How many pages are that? How many pages?
It's only one.
One
two.
page.
Yes. It's only one page.
Can you look at it properly again?
Yes, indeed, ma.
It's just one page.
It's only one page.
Let me have it back.
This one is for the bank details and the receipt he asked me to bring. Yes.
The cash book for Brikama Area Council being maintained by the witness is hereby admitted in evidence, and the cash book covers the period 2021, and it is marked as LGC/AS/BKAC/006.
As the commission places. Now, Mr. Sonko, we have done an analysis with respect to your cash book, but in most times, especially for 2020, you will see that what you collect and what you'll be given a GTR receipt for will not be found in most or some of the bank accounts. Now you have explained that you will give monies to the Director of Finance. For example, there's this receipt number 3031644, and the date is the 18th of June 2020. The amount that you were given, and which was listed in the receipt, the GTR receipt, is $745,000. Now, what we find in the trust bank is $25,000. There's an outstanding balance of $720,000. Are you saying this payment should be in other bank accounts, or you gave the monies to the Director of Finance?
I gave the monies to the Director of Finance.
That is why you were given the GTR.
There were two checks. There were two checks.
Yes.
The other check is 100,000. The other check is 50,000.
Yes.
So I gave it to him, but he doesn't give me nothing. They just write this thing.
And the rest is cash payment.
Yeah. Yes, they make cash payment.
So you gave him
the check, and the rest is cash payment.
And the cash payment.
Yes.
That is Mr. Jeng.
Yes.
And then he will give you this receipt.
Yes. This is what he has done.
Now, why would you not? I know you have already explained that you will be called by him to bring these monies, but then we will see that it appears as if there is a stamp, of course, from the internal audit, or let me say that appears to be from the internal audit unit, and a signature which suggests that this has passed through audit.
Yes.
But is that correct?
It's not correct.
Did it pass through audit?
Yes, I passed through audit. I went there, and the checks are with him. So
with who?
With Mr. Jeng.
Mr. Jeng.
Yes.
Now, when you go to audit, you don't show them any deposit slip. So what will they audit?
Yeah, there was no audit, there was no deposit slip. They just do the audit like that.
How do they do that? Do you
they just do it. I don't know. They just do it only.
So, do you think that there is an agreement between the finance director and the cashier and or the principal auditor?
Of course, Because if you look at the activity there, you will know that, there is something there.
Because I'm asking this because when you appear before the audit, they shouldn't really clear you with this amount if, for example, you have not provided a very clear and full amount indicating that you had paid this money to the bank.
Yes.
But by giving you the GTR receipt, it indicates that you have in fact paid these monies to the bank, or you have paid the monies to them, which is not the case.
Yes, I give them the check, as I said earlier. I gave the director of finance the 2 checks and the cash. So they decided to do what they do. Then I went out.
What do you mean they decided to do what they do?
We are collectors.
Yes.
If you call me to bring money, I bring it. Then you ask me to go to the internal audit.
Yes.
I went there. Then I saw what they have done. Then I go out. I think that question should be answered by the director of finance.
Yes.
Because the checks are always given to him.
And the cash as well.
Yes, and the cash as well.
Because this is not only in your case, but we have seen as well in most of the revenue collectors, where they will just have a GTR receipt and they wouldn't have a bank deposit slip. And then if you check the accounts, you wouldn't find these monies or in full the amount collected being deposited into the bank.
Yes.
So is it an instruction just given to you alone, or is it what prevails on the ground for the revenue collectors? They will just call them for them to bring money.
Yeah, sometimes it's not me alone they normally call. They call different people. It's not me alone they normally call.
And do you know what they use this money for?
I don't know.
Does that explain why you have been absent for the reconciliation? There are instances where you had been absent for reconciliation. For example, there's this amount that you had collected, $34,000 between the 3rd of March the 3rd of March to the 9th of March 2022. You had collected $34,000, but you were not present for reconciliation.
Yes.
Yes, what?
Is it that it is not in the cash book?
No, you would not be present for reconciliation. You know the lodgement log.
Yes.
Where the printout will show how much you collect.
Yes.
And it had shown that between this period,
Yes.
3rd of March to the
Yes.
9th of March, you had collected $34,000. But then, you have to appear before the internal auditor or whoever the case is, so that you can just clear yourself regarding this collection.
Yes, normally I appear to the internal audit for submission.
Yes.
I frequently, report there.
But in 2022, there are so many instances wherein you have not been appearing.
2022.
Yes.
Okay, but I don't know. Is it that there is no receipt against the?
So let me ask that you be given the 2022 cash book, so to see whether we can trace this collection. Please check your collections between the 3rd of March to the 9th of March 2022 and see whether you had recorded the amount of $34,000 in your cash book. Are you there?
Yes, on the 3rd of March.
Between the 3rd to the 9th of March 2022, the
Yes.
lodgement log shows that you have collected $34,000. Have you recorded that?
Yes, I recorded.
Go ahead.
What I did was the first week of the collection.
Yes.
When I was absent for the first week of the collection.
Which was?
The first week of on the 3rd, you are saying.
Yes.
To the
9th.
To the
9th.
To the 9th
of March 2022.
Yes.
Your machine.
Yes.
Indicates that you have collected $34,000.
Yes.
Did you record it in your cash book?
Yes, I recorded. What happened is the second week, I joined it together, and that gives me 71,700 for the 2 weeks. For the 2 weeks.
71,700. Did you deposit that, or did you give that money to the finance director?
I just give it to the finance director.
Finance director, Alan Jeng.
Yes, and they give me this receipt.
That receipt.
Yes.
Now, again, there is an amount of $61,000, $61,600 that you had collected between the 24th of March to the 30th of March 2022. See whether you have a receipt in your cash book between the 24th to the 30th of March 2022 for the amount $61,600 or more, if there are any explanations.
Yes, indeed, it is here. That also is here. $61,000.
$61,000.
Yes, it is here. I gave them the money, and they gave me this receipt.
You gave them the money, and then they gave you the
receipt. They gave me this receipt. Yes.
Now, and that explains, in short, all the, like I said earlier on, all the absentees you have had in the lodgement log and the GTR that you are issued by the principal cashier.
Yes.
And your evidence is you will submit it to the director of finance.
Yes.
He will ask that you go to the cashier, and
yes.
you'll be issued a receipt.
Yes.
Now, Mr. Sonko, but you know that is wrong.
Yes.
You are told the commission that is wrong.
Yes.
Why do you think it is difficult for the revenue for you to not do that when you are instructed to do that?
It's my authority. Whatever he told me, that's what I'm going to do. You can see how you must be converse with Gambia government. Most of the juniors are always low down. So if you call me to ask me these monies, I'll put it in my cash book, then I give you the money, then I have the receipt.
Okay. Now, again, just lastly, with respect to these amounts, yesterday we discussed this $212,000 that you recorded in your last payment. Why is it that you were not given a receipt for this one?
Yes, because the receipts I was having and the other ones which are not seen, those monies are given to the director of finance.
But you should have been given a receipt for the $212,000.
He doesn't give me any receipt on that.
For that one?
Yes.
Do you know why?
I don't know.
Did you ask why?
I don't even ask, because he just tell me that you can go.
Is he the one who told you to amend these recordings, because it was supposed to be for December 2020, but you had changed it to be March and April, which is totally wrong.
What do you mean? I don't understand you.
The recordings we discussed yesterday, which you have changed from December to April.
Yes, they are the people responsible. So he told me the dates are wrong, so I have to do it in that way.
When did he tell you that?
This was when I was giving him the money.
Anyways, but again, that's all for this witness, Madam Chairperson.
Reference Thank you. Look at the cash book with the reference LGC/AS/BKAC/002 and this one LGC/AS/BKAC/006. And my question is, for whole of 2021, there is no single Mr. Canton did not write on this cash book except for the 4th of March. Except for that, he did not write anything on your this cash book indicating that he is confirming these payments into the account for all of 2021. Look at it. Look at this in relation to your cash book for 2018, and tell me why. And for this 2021, the receipts that Mr. Kante issued you are trade license receipt.
Yes.
So sometimes they issue you land transfer. And this one in 2021 we see that
I understand this.
He issues you with trade license receipts, and he would not even indicate in your book, because that is what we see in the other cash books, where he will enter and make reference to the receipt number, evidencing that that is the total amount you have received for that period. And that is what he is giving you the GTR for. But for this one, there is nothing like that. Why?
Yes, I understand, ma. This is how they
But
normally.
this is in 2021, right?
Yes, ma.
Yes, so...
This is how they normally do it.
Yes.
When the director of finance call you and tell you that give me the money, go to the cashier you liaise with him. He will just call the cashier, put this amount to the GTR for Mr. Sonko. He brought this amount. Then he just give me, I attach it. He don't give anything.
And he will not do anything on your
Yes,
cash book.
yes.
And you just, for whole of 2021,
Yes.
you operated like that and they used the money.
Yeah.
Thank
This is how it is.
Thank you. Yes.
Any questions for the commissioners? Just that, Madam Chairperson, we will apply that the witness be discharged, and then he probably will be called regarding the 224,000 which we don't have a receipt for. And please don't forget to write the cover letter regarding those invoices you have.
Yes.
That you brought yesterday.
Okay.
They are deposit slips.
Yes.
They are not
Sorry.
invoices, yes.
The deposit slips from the bank.
Yes.
Yes.
And then you'll be called to come back, perhaps.
Okay.
Thank you, Madam Chairperson.
Mr. Sonko, we will discharge you now,
Yes.
but we will definitely call you back, because you will get us the documents we have asked you, and we will call you further to clarify certain issues.
Thank you very much, ma.
All right. Thank you so much.
Good morning, Mr. Witness. Welcome to this Commission of Inquiry into Local Government Councils and related matters. You can hold on to this. Mr. Witness, what is your religion?
Islam.
Can you speak into the mic, please? What is your religion?
Islam.
In which language do you wish to make your testimony?
English.
Okay. Do you wish to swear by the Holy Quran or make an affirmation?
Affirmations.
Madam Chair, the witness wishes to make an affirmation. Okay. You raise your hand into the air and then repeat after me, Mr. Witness. Can you speak into the mic, please? I, Ebrima Sawaneh,
Sawaneh,
do solemnly, sincerely, and truly declare and affirm that the evidence I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Thank you. You may be kindly seated. Madam Chair, the witness is sworn. I have the honor to hand over the witness to you now for us to proceed. Thank you.
Mr. Sawaneh, good morning.
Morning, ma.
How are you?
Alhamdulillah.
Good. You are welcome.
Thank you.
Council, can we proceed?
Thank you very much, Madam Chairperson. Good morning, sir.
Morning, Council.
Please state your name to the Commission.
My name is Mr. Ebrima Sawaneh.
And your address?
Farato.
You work for the Brikama Area Council?
Yes, please.
You are the, is it the Acting Director of Finance or the Director of Finance?
Acting Director.
Sorry, Director of Admin.
Acting Director of Administration.
Administration. Since when have you been the Acting Director of Administration?
2017.
2017.
Yes, please.
And prior to the year 2017, which position did you occupy in the Area Council?
Principal Admin Officer.
Principal Admin Officer. Now, when were you employed at the Area Council?
2010.
As what?
As Council Clerk.
Council Clerk.
Yes.
You had been the Council Clerk from 2010 to 2017.
No, I rose through the ranks from Council Clerk, Senior Admin Officer, Principal Admin, and Acting Director of Admin.
Very well. Now, you gave a statement to the investigators.
Yes, please.
This was on the 29th of February 2024. We will show you a copy of the statement, and please advise us whether that is a statement you gave to the investigators.
Yes, please.
We apply to tender the statement of the witness, Ebrima Sawaneh, dated the 29th of February 2024, into evidence as an exhibit.
The witness statement of Ebrima Sawaneh is hereby admitted in evidence and marked as LGC/ES/BKAC/001.
Yes, it is back on. May we proceed, Madam Chairperson?
Yes.
Thank you. We now have your statement tendered in evidence. Please tell us your educational background.
I went to Bakote SOS Senior Secondary School, then I did my A levels. I also went to MDI, postgraduate, and then I proceeded to Subdico, where I studied Masters in Public Administration.
When was this?
This is supposed to be last year.
Supposed to be, or is last year?
I did not graduate because of some administrative issues. Yes.
Now, as the director of admin or acting, how will you describe your role, your functions in the area council?
My role on a daily basis is to see the overall administration of council.
And how do you execute this function?
Well, through writing of memos, through correspondence, but I also have briefings with the CEO on matters relating to the work.
In the absence of the CEO, who does he hand over to?
It's supposed to be the Director of Finance, but in administrative matters, I step in.
So he hands over to you in relation to the administration of the area council?
Exactly.
Now, how many committees do you have in Brikama Area Council? Do you know?
I cannot say offhand, but...
why can't you say it offhand?
I know we have establishment committee, you have finance committee, you have youth, you have environment, and host of others.
Are they functional?
Yes, please.
Are they active?
Yes, they are active.
They sit regularly?
Yes.
Are you part of any committee?
I'm not part of any committee, but CEO being an ex-officio member of all the committees. If he's absent...
Ex-officio member?
Yeah, if he's absent, I step in for him.
Now, do you have were you given a TOR when you were appointed the acting director of administration?
Well, when I was appointed as acting director of admin, I was not specifically on paper giving any terms of reference.
What do you mean on paper?
If
you're not given a TOR, then how would you know what your functions are?
I know is to help through the documents, the Local Government Act.
I asked because the Local Government Act specifically states that when you are employed as an administration officer or director of administration, you should be given the term of reference by your employer.
Yeah, that's
but you don't have one.
No, I don't have one in document.
So, when you were elevated to the position, were you elevated formally? Were you given a letter?
Exactly.
Where is that letter? Madam Chairperson, we apply to tender a letter from Brikama Area Council dated the 15th of November 2017, addressed to the witness, Mr. Ebrima Sawaneh, the principal admin officer then, in his promotion as the acting director of administration, signed by Mr. Mam Said Jallo, into evidence as an exhibit.
A letter dated the 15th of November 2017 addressed to Mr. Ebrima, Sawaneh, the witness. The said letter is written by Mr. Mamset Jallo, CEO of Brikama Area Council, with the caption, Acting Position of Director of Administration. The letter is copied to the Chairman, Brikama Area Council, Director of Finance, Brikama Area Council, Chairperson, Establishment and Appointment Committee of Brikama Area Council. The said letter is admitted and marked as LGC/ES/BKAC/002.
As the commission places. May we have that letter? Now, let's focus on the staff of council. What is your role or in relation to the staffing of council as the director of administration?
I don't know what you mean. When you talking about recruitment?
Yes, from recruitment to the administration of the staff in itself entirely. What role do you play as director of administration?
Now, in terms of recruitment, unit heads will determine vacancies in their various units or departments. And this will be forwarded to the office of the CEO. And then in consultation with the budget, the CEO will submit this vacancy to the Establishment and Appointment Committee.
Are you a member of the Establishment Committee?
As I said earlier, I'm not a member of the Establishment and Appointment Committee, but CEO, by virtue of his status as ex officio, if he's absent, I step in for him.
So you have been attending meetings of the Establishment Committee?
Yes, please.
So, you know, let's just take it that for, at any time when the CEO is a member of any committee, you will be a member of the committee, because if he's absent, then you step in for the CEO.
Yes, please.
That's what obtains on the ground.
Yes.
So that is why we ask this question. That's why you're important today. Now, is there an establishment register? Do you know?
Yes, please. There's an establishment register.
Do you have access to the establishment register?
Yes, please.
Do you have a copy of it?
We have submitted one to the commission.
Now, do you have a copy?
Yes, we have a soft copy at the office.
Can you please provide us with this copy? Just write that down. How about the issue of staffing, overstaff? Have you ever been confronted with the issue regarding overstaffing in the area council?
Not at all.
You are saying you have never had a problem with respect to overstaffing in the area council?
Not at all.
You have not been having ghost workers being paid salaries?
Yes, these ghost workers were detected during the last budget preparation. That is when we were preparing the 2024 budget. So in the process, the body looking into the budget realized that there are certain names in the payroll that were either retired or died.
Yes, go ahead.
But their names are still on the payroll.
And then they were being still paid salary?
Well, I wouldn't know, because I'm not in control of the payroll, so I wouldn't know whether they are being paid or not.
Do you not have a senior management meeting?
Yes, we do.
But these things will normally come up. So you will know if at all there are ghost names in the payroll. You will definitely know if these are issues arising as a result of your SMTs. You would.
Unfortunately, this issue has never arisen in our senior management meeting.
Why is that?
Well, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. But because, as I said, the payroll is not under my custody.
Go ahead.
And if the matter is not brought to my attention, I wouldn't know.
In your statement, you had spoken about the recruitment
Yes.
process. You just turn to the second page, where you said, for recruitment, not all employment goes through the due process.
Yes.
That, for example, in 2022, I had prepared the appointment letters of Bai Said Jeng, son of Director of Finance Jeng,
Yes.
and Ebrima Jallo, son of a senior council staff, on a verbal information of Alaji Jeng,
Yes.
the then Director of Finance. These two were employed without any personal files being opened for them. Now, again, what can you tell us about this situation?
So the two that you named, their appointment letters were prepared by myself.
Yes.
Now, on a specific day, I saw the Director of Finance coming from the office of the CEO.
Yes.
And then he came to me and said, in wall of boy, CEO Munenga prepare my disappointment letters. Maneko of who Munema Bai said Jeng that I know is his son, and Ebrima, Muhammad Ebrima Jallo, the son of one Ebrima Jallo, a senior collector. So I prepared these letters based on the trust that I have in him, that he will not lie to me.
The trust you have in who?
Beg your pardon?
The trust you have in who?
And Mr. Jeng Alaji, because he was the one who came to me and told me in Wolof, boy, CEO Munenga prepare my appointment letters. So it was based on that, I prepared these two appointment letters. Now, after finding out from the CEO, he told me that he was not aware of this.
Who was the CEO at the time?
Modu Jonga.
Okay.
So, but then I had already handed over these two appointment letters to Mr. Jeng.
Yes.
Then I immediately went to his office. I said, Alaji, you cannot just dribble me. CEO said he is not aware of these appointments. Can I have these two letters, please? I'm going to discard them. He said, I don't know where I placed these letters. After a day or two, I followed him also. I said, Alaji, give me these two letters. He said, I left them in the house, but I'll bring them. So all of a sudden, when the matter went to the Local Government Service Commission, when I was called...
How did the matter reach the Local Government Service Commission?
The Establishment Committee wrote to the Local Government Service Commission.
Do you have that letter?
No, I don't have that letter.
Please proceed.
So when I was called at the Local Government Service Commission, one of the commission members showed me this letter.
Yes.
In our phone. He said, are you the one who wrote this letter? I said, yes. He said, did you have any instruction from the CEO? I said, in fact, these letters were supposed to be discarded. When I asked Alaji, he said he has discarded these letters. So I'm just surprised that he has produced these letters to the commission. So that's how this matter came.
Was that the first time you employed someone with the verbal instruction of one of the senior management?
Yes, these are the two.
But you don't need to discard the letters. You could have just sent another letter with clear instructions regarding the employment status of the two you have employed with verbal instructions.
Yeah, because
why must you discard the letters?
Yeah,
you don't have to discard the letters.
Because it was not in order. That's why I said we should be discarded.
But that's what I'm saying. You don't have to discard the letters. That's not the protocol. You can write another one.
No, it has not gone through the protocols. The normal protocol, the procedure did not go through that. No. So it should not be.
Their appointments were formalized even though due process was not followed. You, in fact, again, let's just roll back the tape. What would have been the normal procedure?
The normal procedure was that, as I said earlier, you're supposed to pass through the Establishment Appointment Committee.
Yes.
Then these people will start over it, call them for interview, and then if they are successful, they are appointed.
But you know, coming through you, even though you trust Mr. Jeng,
yes,
that would have been
the procedure.
That would have been a total departure from the normal procedure.
Yes, I agree.
But you still did that.
Yes, I agree.
So you cannot just blame Mr. Jeng entirely.
No, I'm not blaming Mr. Jeng entirely, but I said that was the biggest regret I had.
You had.
Yes.
Fair enough.
Because I trusted him, but if he has betrayed the trust.
Now, what is the status of the two that were employed, the son of Mr. Jeng and Ebrima Jallo?
Pardon me?
Do they still work for the area council?
I'm not clear with
The
that.
two individuals you have employed, the sons of Mr. Jeng and Ebrima Jallo.
Yes.
Do they still work for the area council?
No, they did not. They are not. They are not.
Since when?
This was since last year.
Now, have you had cause since last year? But when was this? This was in 2022.
Yeah.
So they have really worked for the area council for some time.
Yeah, because their appointment letters were in October 2022.
Yes.
2022.
And then when did they cease to be an employee of the area council?
I think it's 2023. 2023.
Do you know when in 2023? You have no idea.
No.
And they were employed as revenue collectors.
Yes.
Let's go in respect to the development committee. What can you tell us about the?
Sorry, Mr. Sawaneh, you have indicated, you have stated that they did not pass through the establishment committee.
Yes.
Can you provide for us copies of those letters and provide for us evidence of when they terminated paying their salaries?
Yeah, yes, in fact, as I said,
Yes.
because the procedure did not take the right channel, even files were not open for them. It was when I went to the Local Government Service Commission, I saw this letter, because I asked Alaji to bring me this letter so that we'll discard them. But he said he doesn't have. So
Yes.
to my surprise,
Yes.
I saw them at the Local Government Service Commission produced by him.
Yes, but I believe that when you gave them these appointment letters, you wrote them in your office using your computers and giving those letters reference numbers. Are they not in your system?
No, they are not, because I discarded everything.
You discarded everything?
Yes.
And you do not even have a copy?
No, we do not have a copy.
But then how would the commission trust the fact that they were appointed sometime in 2022?
Because Alaji has a copy, because when I went to the Local Government Service Commission, they showed me the letter.
But when you just appointed them,
Yes.
you didn't even open a temporal file for them?
No. No.
Thank you.
Mr. Sawaneh,
Yes.
please tell us about the development committee. How effective or functional is it?
As of late, they are very functional.
As of late, what do you mean as of late?
Yes, when this new team came, they frequently had meetings in regards to projects that various wards should supposed to benefit.
Now, you sit into the in the development committee's meeting sometimes?
No,
You have never
no,
sat in any meeting.
no.
Why is that?
Yeah, because I'm not invited.
You have not been instructed by the CEO.
No.
Have you had cause to sit into council's meetings?
Yes.
Do you know whether reports from these committees are effectively brought forth in council meetings?
Yes, they prepare reports.
Now, what would you say are the major developments in Brikama Area Council as a director of administration? What would you say are the major developments in Brikama Area Council?
In terms of infrastructure,
Any kind of development.
yeah, we have several road projects.
Road projects.
Yes,
Completed
and
road projects.
water and then road projects.
Road projects, you say?
Yes. You
Tell
have,
us about the road projects.
You have one from the Brikama Church Johnson via the hospital. You have one there.
Since when?
This is about some 4 or 5 years ago.
It's already completed?
Yes, it's already completed. Council also embarked on the church, opposite the church. They also, the concrete slabs were also there.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and then we are also have roads in Fonyi from, I couldn't remember unless I couldn't have them on paper, but these are some of the road projects. But we also have water projects in Kartong, in Fonyi. Yes.
Now, let's move to the disciplinary side of the area council. How do you address staff matters in relation to disciplinary measures? I ask this because we have seen that it is rampant in Brikama area council that especially revenue collectors there will be audit reports, periodical audit reports every year, and it will highlight some key shortages or cash withholding, they will call it sometimes, both internal and external reports. So what are the actions that council will normally take in addressing these issues?
Now, in terms of revenue collectors, there are specific days that they are assigned to come and submit.
Yes.
Now, failure to do so, the finance manager will call you to come and submit. Failure to do that, we will dispatch a police officer to arrest you, and then you confiscate your book. But also when it comes to audit queries, we normally write to individual collectors, highlighting some of the issues raised against them on the various audits.
Does your senior management team sit over these issues?
Yes. When
if you say yes, we'll ask that you provide us with evidence of that.
Yes, when audit queries came,
yes,
senior management normally sit over it, and then action points are normally given to individuals who should take charge of that action points.
Who keep meetings of these meetings of the senior management?
I keep the minutes of senior management meetings.
Do you have the minutes of the senior management meetings from 2018?
Yes, we submitted all of that to the commission.
You submitted the meetings of the senior management? Minutes of meetings?
Yes.
From 2018?
Yes.
Now, do you have a copy?
No, I don't have any copy here.
You don't have any copy in your office? You should have a copy in your office.
We don't photocopy them. We don't photocopy the documents.
But Mr. Sawaneh, you should have copies in your office. If you
unless I go and check. But when the commission write to us to submit those documents, unfortunately we did not photocopy them. We submitted everything to the commission.
Yeah, but we need you to, if you have copies,
okay,
we need to reconcile with what we have.
I will endeavor
to show that in fact whether it in fact is submitted to the commission or not.
I will endeavor.
Good. Now, the reason why I'm asking this question is because we see in these cash books, and you are the director of administration, in these cash books, most times, often you will see that instead of the revenue collectors depositing monies to the bank, these monies will be issued with a GTR receipt, and there will not be any evidence of monies deposited to the bank. Now we want to understand, what does management do about this? You have had a revenue collector who appeared just before you were called, Mr. Sonko, and he had outlined that the Director of Finance will request monies from him and other revenue collectors as well. That is why they will have the GTR receipts, but they will not have any evidence of deposit slips in most cases. Were you aware of this? Or is the senior management team aware of this?
Well, personally, my office has never been notified of these incidents.
But Mr. Sawaneh, you can't say that because the audit reports have been capturing this time and again.
Yeah, when audit reports produced, senior management normally looked at it, and then we write to them. In fact, I have evidence of those here.
You have evidence of what?
That's management writing to them, highlighting to the individual collectors, highlighting some of the issues raised in audit reports.
Let me see. Are these letters written by you on behalf of management?
Yes.
So it means you are aware of this. If
Yeah,
you are aware of, If you're aware of the shortages, you must be aware of the fact that let me finish my statement. If you're aware of the shortages, and you are the one who writes to these employees, these revenue collectors, then you cannot say you are not aware of the fact that the management itself is actually in the forefront in perpetuating these fraud activities. You cannot say that. Do you understand?
These are the whole list of letters that we normally write. We write to the collectors.
Are there photocopies?
Yes.
How many?
I did not count.
Madam Chairperson, we applied to tender 37 letters addressed to different revenue collectors, written by the witness, Mr. Ebrima Sawaneh, as Director of Finance in relation to
Acting Director of Admin.
Acting Director of Finance.
Admin.
Acting Director of Administration, sorry. Indicating unpresented deposit slips or cash shortages, as highlighted by various audit reports. These letters are tendered in evidence as an exhibit with the indication that the administration had been writing to the revenue collectors with regards to the cash shortages and the findings of the audit reports into evidence as an exhibit. I have counted 37 letters. We apply to have them tendered in evidence and in a bundle form.
The witness has presented 37 letters addressed to various collectors, been warned about several issues, and among these issues are understatement of deposits, unpresented deposit slips, warnings to desist from collecting taxpayers without issuing proper receipts, unpresented cash books, instructions to pay for unpresented GTRs, among several other malpractices that have been perpetuated by these collectors. These 37 letters are admitted in the bundle and marked as LGC/ES/BKAC/002.
As the commission pleases. Now, may I apply to be given the exhibit 002? Now, Mr. Sawaneh, if you can write to the revenue collectors in relation to their cash shortages, why won't you discuss the issues regarding the involvement of some key personalities in the senior management regarding malpractices or maladministration or suspicious fraudulent activities?
Specifically who?
The Director of Finance.
Well, the Director of Finance, the issue that you highlighted probably is between him and his collectors.
Why would that be the case?
No, because as I said earlier, this has never come to my notice and it has never been reported to me.
No, but that's not true, because you have been making reference to the various revenue, audit reports.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. I'm quoting from the audit, the audit.
So we don't expect you to just quote from the audit report with respect to parts that affect the revenue collectors.
But when the issue of Director of Finance did not come to my notice, I wouldn't be able to know, and I cannot write to him.
Mr. Sawaneh.
Yes, please.
Everything in relation to the finances of council affects the Director of Finance.
Exactly.
Do you understand that?
Exactly.
All these letters you have written on behalf of the management had clearly outlined either unpresented deposit slips or cash withholding. We have the one addressed to Pasanjali Bojang in relation to unpresented deposit slips, that the audit exercise conducted by the National Audit Office for the period 1st January to 31st December 2021 indicated that you have not presented your deposit slip for audit inspection. Do you understand that?
Yes.
If you look at their cash book, you will see that they will have GTR receipts, but they will not have deposit slips. Why are these things not discussed at the senior management level?
As I said, it has never been an agenda at the senior management meeting.
You have been taking minutes of the...
Yes.
You have been the one taking minutes of the senior management meeting.
Exactly.
Why is it not in the agenda?
Well, it has never been brought to the senior management meeting as an agenda.
We want to understand why.
Well, I cannot explain that. If an agenda is not brought to the meeting, we will not be able to discuss that.
But how was the agenda?
But it is addressed.
How is addressed? How
it is addressed when audit queries came.
How is it addressed?
When audit queries come, any collector that is affected, we write to you.
Have you ever written to the Director of Finance?
No, because Director of Finance name has never been mentioned in the audit query.
The name of the Director of Finance does not have to be mentioned, Mr. Sawaneh. Let me just show you the audit report for for 2021.
Council. Now, Mr. Sawaneh, I am a bit confused about the fact that these letters, the 37 letters that have been admitted, you are indicating to us that these were lifted from various audit reports.
Yes.
Now, who gives the instruction for you to look at the audit reports with a view to writing these collectors?
Now, when audit queries came, senior management CEO normally convene a meeting where senior management will look at the queries with a view to addressing them.
And in those meetings,
Yes.
are you invited to participate?
I'm part of the senior management team.
Are you a part of the senior
Yes.
management?
Yes.
So it will be correct to state that at this senior management, the issues pertaining to all these allegations are discussed. And do you normally invite these collectors to hear their own side of the story with respect to these allegations being levied against them?
Exactly, we normally invite them.
And do you have reports to that effect to show that meetings were done, these people were heard, and this is why you concluded that you should write to them to provide the proof or
As I said, when audit finished their auditing, they sent the final report to us. Based on that, the senior management will also convene and look at this report.
So I'm referring to your SMT. I understand the bit of the auditors sending their queries because they will have to definitely send whatever findings they do before they finally send you your final, report. Because they want to give you the opportunity to respond to some of the issues that they are not clear about. So, but I am saying at the level of the SMT, after the work of the auditors, do you understand, come up with a report at the end of the day as admin person responsible for the administration of the entire staff of the council, have a report to indicate what has transpired in that meeting and, having evidence put in place to show that it is the SMT that gave you instruction to write these letters?
No, normally I discuss this issue with the CEO.
Do you have reports to that effect?
No, we don't have reports to that. It's based on the letters that we send can serve as evidence. That letters were sent to them after perusing.
So you don't take minutes of those meetings?
We have minutes of senior management meetings.
All right, we will call you to cross-check to see whether we have all those minutes as per, you understand, the different letters, because these letters have different dates. There are some in 2021, there are some in 2022.
All right.
Thank you.
Let me show you the 2018 financial audit from the National Audit Office. It's exhibit BSC 002. On page 23. Are you there?
Yes.
Now, what is the finding on that report? On that page? And please speak into the microphone. I will need you to read out the head in relation to the finding.
2.7.7.
Yes.
Unposted collection in the mains cashier's cash book.
Please use the microphone. Speak into the microphone.
Okay. We noted we noted that trade license collection amounting to GM 69900 not posted to
No, just say the actual figures.
699,000
Yes.
was not posted to cashier's cash book. This could not be explained by main cashier and remain uncorrected up to the time of our next exit. The GTR in question have also not been presented to us for inspection, thus rendering the entire cycle fully unaccounted for.
Please increase your voice.
Yes, so that's the end of the findings.
Turn to the next page. You will see the recommendations and the response and everything.
Recommendation. We recommend that management take immediate steps to providing the evidence of the missing records. Where the records cannot be provided, the main cashier must cause to pay the sum unaccounted for. All evidences must be presented to National Audit for verification. Management should ensure that measures are in place to prevent such irregularities in future.
Proceed. And the officer responsible for the remedial action? Before that, the response from the management. Did you respond to that?
That's management response.
Yes.
Yes, there is one.
Go ahead.
The above mentioned unposted collection as indicated is collection from so-called Babylon settlement made in the cashier's receipt book due to the fact that there was no collector assigned to that area due to circumstance.
And in the finding, which unit was responsible? If you look at the officer responsible for remedial action.
This was the Director of Finance.
You had said there are no findings against the Director of Finance.
Yes, the Director of Finance.
You had said that there are no findings against the Director of Finance.
Yeah, Council, to be frank with you, 2018, there was no senior management meetings.
You see, now you're coming.
In 2018.
You had boldly said, please proceed, go ahead.
In 2018, there was no senior management meeting, and as a result, some of us are not privy to see this audit report.
So why didn't you just say that in the beginning? You failed to say that in the beginning. You know.
No, but I said earlier of recent. Of recent.
Of recent is not a definitive period.
Yeah, but this is as late as 2018.
No, you cannot say 2018 is late.
Late as 2018.
You cannot say 2018 is late when you serve in a public office.
Senior management meetings were regular when Mr. Jonga came in.
Mr. Sawaneh.
Yes, please.
Once we have the information from you and the accurate, honest answer, it will be fine. It will be okay. All we need is to inform the commissioners as to the status quo at the time between the period 2018 to 2023. There is no language as of recent, no language as then. The idea is we need to know what happened in 2018, 2019, 2020, all the way through 2023. So you have seen there are, in fact, most of these audit reports, I can tell you, 80% or 70% of the findings would be in relation to the Office of the Director of Finance. How comes you don't address these issues, but you are busy addressing the issues regarding the revenue collectors?
Council, as I said, maybe this may be an isolated case, and as I said, I have never seen this report.
Which year do you want me to give you? I have 2019 from the
I know from 2019 up to date, there are senior management meetings and audit reports have been presented to the senior management.
Good. Now let me show you the 2019, where it has been stated on page 21 that collections amounting to $60,613,728 is seen to be posted in the cash book, but there was no deposit slip presented to confirm if these amounts were banked. Do you see that? Please read it loud.
Findings. During the audit collections amounting to $60,613,728.50 is seen to be posted in the cash book, but there was no deposit slip presented to confirm if these amounts were banked. Yes.
Yes, what?
Mm-hmm. But Council, this is not referring to the Director of Finance.
Okay. Who is it referring to?
This part is talking about the collector.
Turn to the next page. Which office is responsible?
Response. The deposited slips for all monies banked are available for your review. The deposit slips are available. Director of Finance.
Director of Finance?
Yes.
So are you wrong in saying it's not the Director of Finance office?
Yeah, because I did not see his name being mentioned here.
But now,
maybe probably I did not see this one.
But now you have agreed.
Yes.
You don't have to see it. This is the point. You don't have to see it. You should know that the finances of council are under the Director of Finance. If you are the Director of Administration or the acting Director of Administration, you should know the role of the Director of Finance, unless you don't know. Or are you saying you don't know?
Well, as I said...
Was this discussed at the senior management level?
Yeah, audit queries are...
No, was this discussed? Just be specific to this one.
This one?
Yes.
I'm not aware. I could not recall.
You cannot recall.
I could not recall.
But you guys were busy discussing at your senior management level. When you have very senior, bigger fraudsters in the senior management team, having issues. You are not busy about that. What you're busy about is the revenue collectors and findings in the audit reports. But you don't discuss the things you have not done at the senior management level. If you can't correct the system at the top, how can you correct it at the bottom? All these letters are written by you.
Yes.
Ebrima Sawaneh, Acting Director of Finance, addressed to Binta Jallo, Revenue Collector. The audit exercise conducted by National Audit Office for the period 1st January to 31st December 2021 indicated that you have understated your deposit payment. This is what you are busy doing, because these are the junior staffs. That is why you know how they call you, all of you people? You know how they call you? They worship you people. They can't even touch you. You guys are untouchable.
Council, I beg to differ.
Differ in what?
No, because to say
Show
that
me
we
the
are
evidence that you have written one letter, or management has discussed the issue regarding one letter in relation to the findings of the auditors with respect to the senior management. Just show me one.
But that doesn't make us untouchable. It doesn't make us untouchable.
Then who will address the issues regarding the findings in the national audit with respect to the senior management?
It's supposed to be either me or the CEO.
That's what I'm talking about. I just don't want to mention you directly. I'm just saying the senior management team.
Yeah.
But you are the acting director of administration.
Exactly.
So these things has to be tabled and discussed. It must be in the agenda. Millions of dollars has been missing, but you don't do anything about it. And there are tons of it. I will show it to you. Let me have that one. You have the issue of monthly bank reconciliation statements. You don't perform monthly reconciliations, financial reconciliations. Do you understand that? You have the issue of overstatement of bank charges. So now all these are the data of finance responsibility. You run an administration, you have an administration where you have a very key responsibility. You sit in the senior management team, you write letters to junior staffs, but in your agenda is all about the junior staffs. When even the financial records of council every month, you cannot meet up to it. This is the 2022 National Audit Office, 2021 National Audit Office report dated the 26th of October 2022 on page 88. And that's just me trying to pick one page in relation to doing a sampling. I mean, every page you turn, you will find the things that you are supposed to be busy with. Are you there with me?
Yes.
Yes, go ahead.
The 3.7.
Your voice has to be increased.
3.7.2.
Yes.
Overstatement of bank charges.
Yes.
We noted overstatement of bank charges of 40.
Before the overstatement, you have the issue.
The non-incorrect performance of monthly bank reconciliation statements.
Yes.
Regulation 903 of the Financial and Accounting Manual for Local Government Authorities 209 states that the balance shown on the monthly bank statement received from the bank will usually not agree with the balance shown in the cash book.
Yes.
Certain transactions recorded by the council may not have been recorded by the bank, and vice versa. In order to agree on the balances shown on the bank statement and cash book, a bank reconciliation statement must be prepared monthly by the Director of Finance. A copy of the statement must be filled for purpose.
What are bank reconciliations? Do you know?
These are accounting terminologies I may not know.
You don't have to be an accountant to know what a bank reconciliation is. Just take the simple, the simple meaning of the words.
Council, I have no idea.
You have no idea.
Yeah, exactly.
That's fine. But you know that the Director of Finance is the office responsible.
Yes, please.
And then you know that the bank reconciliation generally, you should have an information regarding the status quo of the finances every month. It has clearly explained to you in that finding as to the fact that the cash books, the necessary books of accounts may not really be the same exact with the bank statement. That's why you have to have reconciliation to know where every dollar is being taken to. If it has been expended before it's been taken to the bank, it will be explained. That is the purpose of the reconciliation. Is that not the case? Is that not the case, sir?
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, but you don't, a matter as serious as this, it doesn't come up in your agenda. Is that not true?
Well, it has never been on the agenda.
Exactly. So who polices the police? You know, and they call you the big man. They call all the management team the big man. That's why they are afraid of you. That is why you can't even conduct a proper administration in relation to these revenue collectors. They also will be doing fraudulent activities with the revenues that they collect because you acquiesce to it. You agree to these things. Do you understand this?
Come again? I don't understand what you're saying.
What I am saying is the reason why the fraudulent activities are rampant in Brikama area councils and all the area councils is because of the fact that it starts from the top, starts from the senior management. And you don't check yourself. There are no appropriate check and balances. So it trickles down to the revenue collectors. Everyone builds mansions, buy expensive cars from public funds because you are supposed to conduct an administration in relation to these public finance, but you don't do that. Do you agree with that?
Well, I may not agree entirely because there are some steps that we normally take.
Which part, which part do you agree with?
Probably no system is perfect.
You don't have to be perfect. You have to do your job.
Council, no system is perfect.
Just
so even as human beings, we are also not perfect. We may falter one way or the other.
Thank you very much. Does that explain why you have not been addressing these issues at the management level?
Falter, yeah.
No, I'm asking. Don't be angry.
No, I'm not angry. I'm not angry.
That's fine. Then if you're not angry, then we can have a discussion. Does that explain why you have not been addressing these issues at the senior management level?
I don't think that's the case.
What do you think is the case?
I don't think that's the case because
no, wait. What do you think is the case?
No, well, this issue is between the Director of Finance and his collectors.
Okay.
This issue is between him and his collectors.
How about the letters you wrote?
Yeah, the letters I wrote is as a result of the audit query.
How about the findings? Is it not the audit query?
No. So yeah, it's an audit query. But sometimes the CEO will call Director of Finance in his office and try to address this matter.
Oh, that's how you address the matter. It's between the CEO and Director of Finance. That's how the matter is being addressed. When the CEO himself has been implicated several times in these audit reports, they sign the checks. You think that's effective? Do you honestly think these matters should be tabled before the senior management to address these issues?
Yes, it should be.
Good. That's where we should have the common denominator. That's what should be the common denominator. That's what we should agree. The basis of all this discussion is to agree as to what should be done, as opposed to what is done. Let me hand over to the commissioners.
Good afternoon, Mr. Sawaneh.
Good afternoon.
You said you've been acting since 2017.
Yes, please.
What does the rule say about acting?
If I could recall, it's 6 months.
And you've been there since?
2017.
And have you raised the issue?
Yes, I've raised the issue with the both former CEOs.
And what were their reaction to your...
That they following the matter with the Local Government Service Commission.
And have you seen any evidence of them writing to the Local Government Service Commission that you have been acting for more than 6 months and you either be promoted or it be advertised?
I'm not aware because I've never been copied with any letter.
And since 2017, you are still acting director?
Yes.
Okay. And that is not in line with the service rule. And you're completely, you accept that situation for more than 5 years.
Yeah, because I cannot do anything about that.
No, you can. You could have written.
I decided to.
You decided to not to write
for the time, for the right time.
and the right time is any time that they decide to take up the case?
Because I trust them that they're writing to the Local Government Service Commission, and then they're making follow-up.
But don't you think it's your right, after you have been there for over even 4 years, that something about your position should be regularized?
Even after 6 months, it should be regularized.
Yeah. So if that is not done, don't you think it's your right to ask why it has not been regularized?
As I said, I did ask, and they said they are following up with the Local Government Service Commission.
Yeah, but you should have written so that at least you could say my letter referencing this thing has been sent to you since.
That I've never did.
That you've never done that.
No, never did.
Okay. The other thing I heard you said in your statement of the 29th of February, you said how, the second paragraph, you said, as acting director of admin, my responsibilities also include the management of human resources of the council. However, my office has no direct involvement in the preparation and monitoring of the monthly payroll. Don't the payroll clerk or whoever would, after preparing the payroll, would ask about, is this payroll correct? Is the number of staff, you said 421, are these all the staff for you to say, yes, this is the number of staff that we have?
Yeah, it should as I told investigators, it's supposed to come to my office to vet, but unfortunately this has not been the case.
So normally they do the payroll without your involvement?
Yes.
And you've never thought it necessary for you to get yourself involved to look at ghost workers? Because you have admitted here that people have retired, people have died,
yes,
and they are still in the payroll, but you cannot ascertain, yes, whether they are being paid.
Yes.
But don't you think if they are in the payroll, they would be paid?
80% possibilities that they are paid.
80% possibility, yes, that they are paid.
Because the issue is, why are they in the payroll if they are either retired or passed away?
Okay. My last question to you is, as the acting director of admin, are you who prepares the agenda for your meetings, your senior staff meetings?
Normally CEO in consultation with the chairperson.
In consultation with the chairperson?
Yes.
And you don't have any say in the agenda items?
Yeah, normally when they agreed on an agenda item, it's sent to me for
circulation.
Circulation, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Yes.
Mr. Sawaneh, there are a lot of gaps in the information you are sharing with us. First of all, what I cannot understand, as acting director of administration, and you don't serve in any committee, knowing fully well that the committees are the backbones of council. If they are dysfunctional, the council has no use. But if the committees are functional, it makes the work at the highest level of your council very easy. Do you agree with that?
Yes, I agree.
Now, when you as chief administrator, who is supposed to coordinate all the administrative affairs of council, doesn't serve in any committee, do you think you'll have the required information to do your job effectively?
Now, in terms of committee meetings, for example, when development is meeting, they will invite the director of planning and development. Again, when finance committee is meeting, they'll either invite the director of finance or his assistants.
No, let me come in there. Do they put all these minutes together to give it to you for administrative reasons? Now, so that you'll be on top of the issues?
Now, when they finish with their meeting, they send their minutes and the attendance list to the CEO.
And what is your role then? as an administrator?
No, as I said, I only attend meetings of establishment and appointment committee. But with other committees, I don't attend because I'm not given the instruction to attend.
It sounds really strange, very, very strange, the way you administer the Birkama Area Council. That is one. And then two, I don't want to go back to what the lead council was saying. The fact is, it seems that there is what we call animal farm at Birkama Area Council, and that the lead council didn't touch it really well. That's the hard fact. The untouchables are the people who decide who to write to. There was nothing wrong, because if you tell me as the administrator that you don't see the audit queries of the council, then we have a real problem here. Don't you think so? As the administrator, you are supposed to coordinate every activity, you know everything that happens in council. If you don't see an audit query as an oversight, how do you feel?
I think I've responded to that. I said in 2018...
No, you respond on it again, because wait. This is the first question. I have a follow-up question. That's why I have to respond again. Go ahead.
I said in 2018, there was no regular senior management meetings. And when the audit queries come, some of us are not privy to the queries.
Okay, hold on there.
That's 20.
So you saw the query in 2019?
Yes.
2020?
2019.
2021?
Yes.
And you have seen the audit queries?
Yes.
Why didn't you simply take the bull by the horn and talk to the CEO or the chairman so that you as the administrator, address the issue by writing to them or include it in an agenda item to address these issues? That is why this thing went undealt with and it accumulated over time. Don't you think so?
That I did not do.
Sorry?
I said I did not do. It should be that, but I did not do that.
You did not? Oh, you didn't do that?
Yeah.
You didn't bother to do anything?
No,
you left it as it is?
Probably that was the system.
And that would exonerate you by blaming the system of which you are part of?
Yeah. Yes, I agree. I'm part of the system.
Okay, thank you.
I agree.
Yeah. Mr. Sawaneh, Honorable Joyner asked you a question about the issue of ghost workers. I may want to refer you to your statement that perhaps what you told the Commission is incorrect, because you have stated in your statement that their salary, you said that probably 80% chance was there that their salaries were blocked. And
paid.
Their salaries were paid.
Yes.
I am saying that based on your statement, it is 100%, not 80%. Because you said, and I quote what is in your statement, their salaries were blocked immediately. So it is not 80%, it is 100%. When you detected in 2024 that there were
It was detected in 2023 when we are preparing the 2024
budget. Yes. So that is you are in 2024.
Yes.
So you immediately stopped paying them
Yes.
as of 2024, right?
Yes, yes.
So it's not 80%, it's 100%.
Okay.
I just want us to be clear about the evidence. Now, as acting admin officer, what sort of rules do you rely on in managing the council? What are the rules that you rely on?
Well, the general rules that applies to civil servants.
Which general rules?
Specifically, what rules are you referring to?
Like, do you have any service scheme? Do you have,
Yeah, we have the Local Government Act and then the service scheme and the financial manual.
So, which service scheme are you using now?
It has never. It's not updated. It's the same service scheme that we're using.
Yes, please note it and provide us with the service scheme that you are using. Now, as acting admin Director, you are supposed to be the custodian of the registers that you have. Can you tell us the types of various registers that you kept at your office?
I know we have the establishment register.
Yes.
That captures the names of all staff, their date of birth,
Okay.
their date of retirement.
Can you provide that for us, please?
Yeah.
Yes, please note it.
Yeah, Council has already asked me to do that.
Okay, you have already noted it. Now, apart from the establishment register, what other registers, as person responsible for the general administration of council, what other registers do you keep at your office, being the main reference point?
Now, as Director of Admin, my main reference point is the establishment register.
That's the only register
Yes,
you...
I kept.
So, if, for instance, somebody wants to access the asset register, where does he go to?
That's kept by the finance.
The asset register is kept by finance.
Yes.
So, for all other types of asset registers, they are kept by different departments.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, these are the two registers we have. If I could
You don't
recall.
have any other register apart from asset register?
No, I could not recall.
All right. So now, who has custody of the budget?
The budget.
Yes.
After the preparation, it goes to the, it's the CEO, the chief executive, he's the accounting officer.
The CEO?
Yeah.
Now, you have told this commission that when one of the senior officers is not available, you act. Who is that?
The CEO.
The CEO?
Yeah.
When he is not available, you act.
Yes.
Now...
No, when the CEO is absent, it's the director of finance who is in charge.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, who do you act in his stead when he is absent?
CEO.
CEO.
Yeah.
So now I want to know, given the facts that we have, during the course 2018 to date, your budgets have always been reversed because of insufficiency or one thing or the other. Do you sit at the SMT meeting to revise these budgets and follow what is provided for in the financial manual? Now,
when in terms of the budget, it's the General Council that looks at it. If there's any need for environment or revision, it's the Finance Committee that will look at it and then goes to the General Council to give their blessings.
All right. Now, now Section 18 of the Local Government Act of 2020 talks about the issue of declaration of asset. Who maintains that asset register?
Declaration of asset?
Yes, Section 18 of the Local Government Act.
That is non-existent at Brikama Area Council. Declaration of assets?
Yes.
No.
So Brikama Area Council doesn't comply with its own laws, right?
Well, it's not existent.
Huh?
That is not existing.
That is not existing?
No.
Is it because you did not know, or it is a deliberate act by the council not to maintain that register?
If I say we may not know, that may be another thing. But as far as I'm concerned, this thing has not been existing. Like somebody declaring your assets?
Yes.
No.
So, but you know that, but did you know that it is provided for in the Act?
Yes.
You knew?
Yeah.
And the senior management also knew?
I'm not sure whether all of them knew.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
All right. Now let's look at, sorry, Council. Let us just look at quickly your own internal report, which is a final report on system audit for the period of 1st January 2020 to December 31st, 2020. If you look at pages 39 to it is actually contained in page 36, which is Appendix 1, and it ends at page 39. I'll give you my copy to look at. This is a system audit for 2020. And as at the time, this is 2020, and up to date, there is no evidence showing that what was highlighted in the system audit by your internal audit has been taken care of by your office, particularly admin. Registrar, can you please give him this? To here, to that 39. Pages 36 to 39. Pages 36 to 39 is referring to issues pertaining to your office. Have they been resolved? This is dealing with almost 49, 49 staff members of the council.
Yes,
is that correct?
This has been addressed.
It has been addressed.
This has been addressed. I can
now,
assure you.
You have given in your statement that your payroll is 421.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
And you said this also include contracts.
Yes,
now, if you segregate this, how many are in the permanent and pensionable role, and how many are on contract from this 421?
Unless I go back and segregate them.
Please note and provide for us a proper breakdown. Now let me have the book. Now, do you run any medical scheme?
No, there is no formal medical scheme.
But you give medical support to staff, correct?
Yeah, exactly.
And how do you manage that process?
Now, normally when staff got ill, they go to the health facility. They are given prescriptions, and then the correspondent amount will be stated in the prescription, and they will come with that to the office. They will put up a claim, and based on that claim, payment is done.
Now,
and we ask them to bring receipts after buying the medicine.
Now, for the purposes of auditing and transparency, how do you ascertain that what is presented to you is correct and is genuine?
That's why I said, when you are given the money based on the prescription, we ask you to bring receipts.
But anybody can go and get a prescription, and anybody can go and get a receipt.
Yeah, this is from we don't ask you to go to this. They normally go to the government health facilities. Most of the time, there is no medicine there, and then they'll go to the private pharmacies where they buy these drugs.
So, at page 15 of your system audit, there were issues raised about inconsistencies, serious inconsistencies about variations of salary structures. Is that addressed?
Yes, that was addressed. In fact, that was realized during our last budget, that certain...
Please note and bring us evidence that those things were sorted out as per your own system audit and the issues raised therein.
Okay.
those informations are contained on page 15 of your own system internal audit report. Please bring us evidence to that effect.
That should be on the payroll.
Yes.
Yes, and I think we have provided the payroll to the investigators, all the payroll.
No, it's not the payroll. What this is saying is that there are different payment, how to call it, grade points.
Yeah, this
for
one
staff.
It's captured in the payroll.
In the current payroll.
Some are paid more than
Yes.
the others. I understand what
so
you're saying.
So please provide that for us.
That's what I'm saying. We have provided that to the investigators.
Okay, you will cross-check with the registrar to go back and cross-check with the investigations to confirm that you have that. And that the one that is submitted to us is the one that you are referring to.
Okay.
Thank you. Council, you may proceed.
Now, please tell the Commission, as a Director of Administration, what training programs you have had over the years for the staff, if any?
We have various training programs for staff, both internal and then outside. In fact, as I'm talking to you, the internal audits and 2 of his staff are in Pretoria, South Africa, for training, 1 week training.
The internal audit?
Yes.
Now we see in the 2019 report where it was highlighted on page 36, and this was addressed to you. You were the officer responsible for remedial action regarding there was no training program for the IT capacity in the area council. Was this issue resolved?
IT policy?
Yes.
IT policy.
And training as well for the staff itself. The other staff, Badu, is currently at the university. The other?
Badu Jeng is currently at the university.
Paid by?
Paid by council.
Yeah. Since when? When was that?
I'm sure he's supposed to finish, but I think he deferred.
Now, what is the policy in council regarding who qualifies for training and the training that they are supposed to do? How will council decide in funding those activities? Do you have a scheme for that? Do you have a policy for that?
There's no training policy as I'm speaking to you.
So who decides?
But we are on the verge of doing that. So that decision is made by the CEO.
By the CEO?
Yeah.
He has the exclusive decision?
Yeah, when you want to go for studies, you write to the office of the CEO and then...
So he approves?
Yes, he approves, yes.
Or disapproves, as the case may be? Yeah. And these issues, they are not being discussed at the management level or at the committees level with the relevant committees?
What I know is they normally...
You don't be afraid to say yes, that's the truth.
Yeah,
From your answer, it suggests that is the case.
Yeah.
If you are saying that the CEO is the one who ultimately decides and there are no structures in place, then it means it is not being discussed or tabled at any committee level, be it the establishment committee or the relevant committee, as the case may be. Is that correct?
Yes.
Mr. I need to get your answer first before I move on.
Yes, yes.
Good. Now, still now, that is the situation. No policy regarding how trainings are being conducted and who qualifies for them.
No.
Yeah. Now, how about the junior staff?
In fact, several junior staff are currently going to universities, be it private or Gambia University, as currently talking to you.
And paid by the council.
Yes.
And again, the decision lies with the CEO.
Yeah. Yes.
Just say yes.
Yes, please.
Simple. Now, you, since 2018, have you been part of any committee? I know I had asked this before, but let me repeat.
I think I'm going to repeat the same answer, that when the CEO is away, I step in. That's the establishment, mostly the establishment committee.
How about the auction committee?
Yes.
You forgot about that one?
Yeah, maybe I forgot about that, yes.
That's why I asked twice.
Yes.
To see whether it will really
ring bell.
You will recall.
Yeah.
Now, how many auctions have you really witnessed or taken part in from 2018 to date?
Two.
Two?
Yeah.
When was the first one?
I think it is 2019.
2019.
Yes.
What was your role in the committee?
Chairperson.
The chairperson of the committee in 2019.
Yes.
How were you appointed?
This is an ad hoc committee formed by the contracts committee. So it's the contracts committee that appointed us.
Did they appoint you formally, or were you appointed verbally?
This is verbal.
You were appointed verbally?
Yes.
How many of you?
The first is five members.
The?
5 members.
Five?
5 members. 5-member committee, ad hoc committee.
Who appointed you verbally? Is it the CEO?
That's the contract committee.
But who? They cannot all appoint you verbally. Someone must have appointed
CEO
you.
sits at the contracts committee, so I cannot say he unilaterally appointed
Mr. Sawaneh,
us.
who appointed you, Mr. Sawaneh, as the chairperson?
The contracts committee.
Where is the letter?
As I said, it's verbal.
How were you appointed verbally by the contracts committee?
At a meeting.
You were in the meeting?
Yes.
And you were informed that they had decided that you will be the chairperson?
No, they did not appoint me as the chairperson. When the committee was formed, the committee members selected me as the chairperson.
They called you in the contracts committee meeting? Did they call you in the contracts committee meeting?
Yes.
Good. Now, this oxen.
Yes.
When you were appointed, the 5 of you.
Yes.
How did you kickstart your functions?
Now, as I said, it was the first time that we have experienced such an exercise.
Okay. Sorry, Council. Can he give you the name of the 5 people of the contracts committee?
Yes,
that
please.
Nominated him to be the chair of the.
Please give us the name.
The first committee members include myself as the chairperson.
That is the auction committee you're referring to now.
The first one.
I am saying, Mr. Sawaneh, you said the contracts committee appointed you as a chair.
No, I said the contracts committee selected.
Please speak into the microphone.
The members.
Yes.
As the auction committee. Okay. Now, among the ad hoc committee.
So give us the list of the contracts committee that selected you, 5-member team, as the auction.
Yeah, the CEO, the CEO, the director of finance.
Can you please take the names, please? Yes. Yes.
I said number 1, the CEO. Number 2, director of finance.
Can you please give their names?
The CEO is Modu Janga. The director of finance is Alaji Jeng. Director of planning Adam Abuja. Sidi Kunta procurement manager. Bala Musa Dabo was the councillor. Kafuta Ward is part of the contracts committee, and Momodu Bojang, also former councillor Sanya Ward, also part of the contracts committee.
Thank you very much. Now, yes, what was your working tool?
Now, as I said, we relied on the procurement to give us the technical assistance because we have never experienced such exercise.
Okay.
Now, part of the exercise is to identify all vehicles, scrap metals, among others.
Yes.
Now, after identifying them, they were listed.
Yes.
And then an evaluator was invited to look at the value of these items.
Who was the evaluator?
I think it's one Mr. Mendy.
Mr. Mendy?
One Mr. Mendy, I think in Tabokoto.
Where does he have his own office? Where does he work?
I think he has a car garage there.
Car garage?
Yeah, so he has a car garage there. We normally fix our old cars.
He fixed auto cars?
Yes.
So he's the one who did the evaluation for you?
Yes.
Is he a certified valuer?
Well, this is the advice from the procurement.
You have to answer, and then you make a comment.
I wouldn't know, but I presume
you were the chairman of the committee.
Yes, I was a chairman, but as I said, these people were identified
by.
There will be procurement.
Procurement identified these people.
Yes, because we rely on them. We have never experienced this exercise, so it was the procurement that was liaising with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead. We are listening.
So after evaluating, we send adverts to various media houses.
Adverts. Do you have copies of those advertisements?
Yes, all these days I was trying to look for the adverts, but I could not see it. But I'll continue searching.
Why will you be searching? If you have a functional committee, you will have records of these things.
Yeah, in fact,
you don't have to search for it.
Yeah, because this advert must be part of the report that we submitted to the contract committee.
We'll get to the report. I'm saying that if you've had advertisements done, then you will have the records kept.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's maybe records keeping may be the problem, but we had one.
Record keeping may be the problem.
It may be the problem, but
or is the problem?
Huh?
Is the problem?
Yeah, but
then in fact, how will the commission know that you in fact advertised the auction?
Well, I said just give me time. Let me look for the advert.
Okay, Mr. Sawaneh, go
ahead.
Let
me look for the advert.
Go ahead.
Yes. So when these adverts were done, an auctioneer was identified.
Who was the auctioneer?
That's Kara auctioneer. Kara, yes, Kara.
How did you identify the auctioneer?
Also through the procurement.
Who specifically in the procurement unit?
Mr. Kunta, that's the procurement manager.
And you said Kara. What is the full name of the auctioneer?
Maybe Mr. Kunta will be able to know the name, but we...
You are the chairman.
Yeah, because we address him as Kara Auctioneering. Kara Auctioneering.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Please proceed.
Yes.
Please proceed.
Yeah, so after the adverts, a date was set, and then this auction was held.
Yes, the list of the assets auctioned?
The list of the auction should be in the report, that we submit.
In the report that you've sent?
Yes.
Now, you are familiar with the GPA Act 2022, page 95, section 89. It talks about the procedure.
You remind me?
May I ask that you be given a copy? I'm not sure whether it's time. It seems to be 12:56. But can the witness be given a copy, please? A copy of the GPA Act. You have it? It says on page 94 regarding disposal of stores, plant and equipment. Let me read for you. It says there should be a board of service that should be created, and then the board of service recommendation shall be approved by the head of the procurement entity, and the items shall be disposed of as approved. Did you at the time make recommendations as to which of the assets are or should be auctioned, and the state of those assets?
Yes, I said earlier that these items were identified.
And the problems regarding those items?
Yes.
Do you have the report for that?
All the report is contained in the report that we submitted to the contracts committee.
No, I am asking you.
No, I don't have it.
As the chairman, can you provide us with the report?
I don't have one at the
We
office.
need you to provide us with the report because you are the chairman.
Yes, I don't have one.
Now, let's just jump in straight to the monies that were realized. We'll now come back to the procedure. How much was realized as per the auction?
Now,
yes?
when we were submitting the report, at the time that we were submitting the report, a total proceed from the exercise was 1,229,600.
Yes.
Yes.
And then, who was the cashier?
Mr. Lamin Suso was the cashier.
Now, what happened with this money that was realized from the auction?
As I said, the finance identified a cashier.
Yes.
Who happens to be Mr. Lamin Suso.
Yes.
So all monies were handed over to him.
Were these monies taken to the bank? Do you know?
Yes, when we were presenting the report, we were told that the monies were banked.
Mr. Sawaneh,
Yes.
you headed a committee.
Yes.
You were the chairman of the committee.
Yes.
You conducted an auction, and I believe you've made or you realized some funds in relation to that exercise. And you want to tell the commission that was where your function stopped. You could not ascertain as to whether the money was taken to the bank or not.
Well, as I said, when we were presenting the report at the office of the CEO, where the contracts committee are, the finance confirmed that they have banked the money.
Forget the finance confirmed that they have banked the money.
No, I did not, because that's why at the said meeting, it was said to them that they should provide the payment slips.
No, I ask this because you should have a report that should be really comprehensive in relation to the amount of money that was realized.
Yeah, that's what I said. The amount of money is 1,229,000.
Council, I think it's 1 o'clock and GRTS is on our neck that they have to take the signal back. We will come back after lunch break.
Right. Thank you very much.
Yes, so Mr. Sawaneh, we will have a break, come back after lunch break.
Okay.
Thank you. We may rise.